Hello everybody, today we watched the Netflix original film, Power Rangers Once and Always, or something like that.
Yeah, you got it right.
So yeah, what was the plot?
Power Rangers Once and Always is a reunion special for some reason. For Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, a show that consisted entirely of 6 minutes of original footage stitched together with fight scenes from a Japanese show. Only some of the Power Rangers came back, because 2 of them are dead in real life. And so, the remaining ones come back and do stuff. At the start of the movie, the Yellow Ranger is killed. At the start of the movie, the Yellow Ranger is killed, and her daughter eventually takes over the mantle of the Yellow Ranger. Rita Repulsa is back and doing evil things, like harassing people at a juice bar.
Yep.
The movie starts with the Yellow Ranger literally getting fucking exploded, and then the rest of the movie takes place at a set that looks like a juice bar. And they punch the bad guys, and all of the original Rangers are really old now and bad at acting, and it's very embarrassing. So Connor, what'd you think? What'd you think of Power Rangers Once and Always?
I thought it was abysmal. I grew up on Power Rangers, not the Mighty Morphin, but a bunch of crap from the early 2000s. Forgettable
the
seasons.
Fucking pirate ones and the ninja ones.
Pirates and ninjas and fucking
Whatever the fuck else.
I didn't really like the Power Rangers growing up. But in high school, Power Rangers took a whole new life for me when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ended up on Netflix. And I would get stoned and watch the original series.
Yep.
So I had to come back and visit my beloved characters. Much like them, I'm now old. Not as old as them.
They're very old.
They're old. They're elderly. They're like 50 plus.
And they're all really bad at acting.
And they're all terrible at acting. Yeah, that's true. But I'm
sure they haven't been in a long since Power
this
Rangers.
ugly movie was made to commemorate the Power Rangers. Made just a little too late because Jason David Frank killed himself.
And
he was like the only good Power Ranger.
And the Yellow Ranger died in a car accident.
Yeah, she died years ago. So
yeah, she died in like the early
so.
2000s.
But you kind of have this awkward story where they're like, oh no, Rita Repulsa killed the Yellow Ranger and captured the Green Ranger. The Green Ranger, of course, was captured because he fucking killed himself in real life.
Yeah, they couldn't put him in.
And
also
Jason
Rita
David
Repulsa's a
Frank,
robot.
who played the Green Ranger, he would show up for any crap, like Reunion, or he was at all the Comic Cons.
Yeah, we
I have a pirated picture with the Green Ranger where I was like 60 feet away and my mom took a picture of me.
You can kind of see him in the background, but to take an actual picture of him would have cost like $40.
Right, you don't want to pay that $40 just to get a picture with the fucking Green Ranger. So it's a little lame. And by a little, I mean very lame. Rita Repulsa is a robot. Her plan was to terrorize Angel Grove and kidnap all the Power Rangers and make them into little action figures.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
And the Power Rangers are all elderly and we're like, we can be...
But then when they use the Power Ranger
Ranger
suits, they become clearly like 20-year-old stuntmen.
Yeah, and the thing about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is the only thing that sets it apart from the other Power Rangers series is that it was the first one.
Pretty much.
Like, they're all shitty actors to this day. They're all do shitty action. It's shitty, it's garbage, and they take stock footage. The only good part about the show is the stock footage they steal from Super Sentai.
Yeah, the action's really not very good in this one, and the fucking Megazord fight is CGI instead of
It looks
tokusatsu.
like crap.
It looks bad. It looks really bad.
Well, I mean, that's what the Super Sentai's been doing lately, so you can't really knock it compared to modern Super Sentai or
That's true.
modern Power Rangers, but the appeal of the original is
Guys do karate.
guys do karate for 10 minutes,
Tokusatsu
fight people,
CGI.
and then they say, well, maybe we should grow big now. Inexplicable why they didn't just do the giant robot the whole time, but they didn't. They wanted to do kung fu and then turn into a giant robot after a reasonable amount of time. And that's what happens in this movie. It's a 55-minute episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, except sad and depressing because the old fuckers they pulled out, who are clearly much fatter and uglier than the people in the real Power Ranger suits, the stuntmen who do the heavy lifting. And then at the end they give a big RIP to the fallen Power Rangers.
Yep, they do.
And that's it. So Aiden, what did you think of Power Rangers Once and Always?
Yeah, it's not very good. It's an extended episode of the show, so I guess it's faithful to the source material, but it's 50 minutes of terrible acting and old washed up people saying we need to put the suits back on to fight Rita. And then they go to the juice bar, which is perfectly pristine and looks like a soundstage.
Yeah.
And they do some very mediocre action choreography with the putties, who are also just stuntmen. The stuntmen and the stuntmen fight for a while. And then it goes back to like this family drama where the new Yellow Ranger is like, my mom died. And I want to be a Yellow Ranger so I can murder people. And they're like, that's wrong. And then at the end she's like, you know what, that's wrong. I can be the Yellow Ranger because now I understand that you can't just fucking kill people. And then,
They kill a bunch of people.
they do, yeah. But they kill them for the right reasons.
Right.
Yeah, it's very... At least it's only 50 minutes, but it feels long. It's very unentertaining. The acting is very bad. The climax is just CGI, which is really lame, especially since this is supposed to be fan service for the original series. It's not very good. It's a very lame reunion special. Maybe if you were like 10 you'd find it cool, or like 8. But at the same time, these aren't like the Power Rangers for 8-year-olds.
They're not like cool teenagers. They're rusty old 50-year-olds.
Because whatever Power Ranger show is on right now, they probably have like fucking, I don't know, like laser guns and like fucking they're pirates or the fucking astronauts.
They probably make TikToks and
doctors.
shit instead of going to a juice bar.
And they're all like hot teenagers instead of like washed up sad old people. So this movie doesn't really appeal to like 8-year-olds because it's like weird and nostalgia bait. But then like the people who watch the show as kids are gonna watch this and be like, oh, they're like sad and old now and lame and the action is bad. I don't know what they were supposed to do with this concept they cooked up.
It's the idea where when fans bring it up, it sounds like a cool concept. What if we got the old crew back together for one last ride?
Yeah.
And then they actually did it, and it's like maybe the old crew could have stayed on the convention circuit.
Yeah.
How many AstroCons were missed? How many freaking Comic-Con Houstons?
They probably shot around AstroCon.
Seattle fucking... You think they did it up the off-season?
Well, yeah, because the whole cast was probably like, I'm actually not going to be able to shoot on... I'm not going to be able to shoot from the 4th to the 8th. And they're like, why? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to AstroCon. Then the next guy comes up and he's like, yeah, I'm also not going to be able to shoot the 4th to the 8th. The 4th, the 8th.
The movie was probably fucking pitched at AstroCon. The Netflix execs were like,
the 4th to the 8th.
we will give you each $100,000, and they're like, that's like
They probably
25 conventions.
They probably filmed all the B-roll while the whole cast was at AstroCon.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little pathetic and sad, basically. Connor, would you recommend Mighty Morphin Power Rangers One and for All, or whatever the fuck?
I really don't know who this is supposed to appeal to. And the people it's supposed... I know who it is. It's supposed to appeal to 90s kids who watch Power Rangers. And all it'll show 90s kids who love Power Rangers is that the mortal coil is starting to wind down and you're just a step closer to death. The memoriam section at the end of this was further through. If fucking the 5 granddads jumping around in fucking Power Rangers gear wasn't enough of a fucking... Yeah, no, I would avoid it like the plague. I'm thankful that these people were already old when I was in high school and I watched this show. But if I was stoned and in high school, what would myself think after watching the entire series and going from one last ride and one last reunion with all these people? I'd still fucking hate it because it's garbage. It doesn't have what made Power Rangers good, which is 5 minutes at the juice bar with Conk and Gonk or whatever the bullies' names were. And then them fighting putties for 10 minutes. And then them saying that's enough, showing us a 3-minute clip of the fucking Megazord coming together, and then the Megazord fighting another big creature for 2 minutes, and the episode's over.
Yep.
It didn't deliver. It added too much drama.
Yeah, bad drama.
And terrible drama with terrible acting and terrible cinematography and all that shit. So, no, I wouldn't recommend it. It's a little long-winded, but no, I wouldn't recommend Power Rangers Curse of the fucking existence. Curse of the mortal coil. So, would you recommend Power Rangers We All Die One Day?
No, I don't recommend the Power Rangers retirement home. It's, I don't know. It's just an ill-conceived concept to bring old people together to film an action show. Especially old people who haven't done any acting work in 30 years because they were teenagers who were put in a show where they didn't have to act. And they were only on screen for 4 minutes an episode to fill time until they got to the stock footage. I don't know. It's a little bit depressing to watch these old people go through this situation. It's not fun. It's genuinely kind of a nothing movie, but just the drain it took on my fucking mental health, I'm gonna have to give it a no. I will not recommend the Power Rangers reunion special.